One is we're very saddened by the retirement of us one Ed Nazar.
Yes. I think a lot of nostalgia involved there, and because we hadn't seen the best of him like for a while. Let's be
Very long
honest.
time.
And to be fair, he was getting he did have to put up with injuries, and at the end of the day, I think like those injuries came apart of the end of his career because. So I think solely because I think his professionalism. I think as soon as he made his move to Real, I think he thought he made it, and you saw
He
him
got his
looking.
dream move.
You
Yeah.
saw him looking like he enjoyed one too many Krispy Kremes around there, or one too many Spanish hot chocolates, and just was loved bathing in the sun, and he had a great tan. Had an amazing tan.
Yeah.
That white jersey really brought it out. But
there was a lot of surface area for that tan to cover is the problem.
I reckon he went up 2 shirt sizes when he was playing there too. But it was sad when he did play. He copped a lot of shit too.
He did.
And I think maybe that sort of maybe contributed to, maybe he was a bit disheartened by that. Even when he did try to come back, he copped it a lot. Maybe I'm assuming in terms of his professionalism, but I'm only commenting on what I can see.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of both. Everyone knows he wasn't the best at training and the discipline of the diet and all that stuff. But if he had a Cristiano Ronaldo mentality, it might be different. The longevity might be different because the raw talent he had was ridiculous. He would barely train and turn up on the day and just absolutely demolish teams.
Yeah, like he just ball on another player with like the ball on a string, and I think in regards to Hazard, I think it's just a sad time. It was sad for me, like even like as a United supporter, like he was just like he had the potential to be an absolutely generational talent if he stuck by his trajectory, like after that Europa League win at Chelsea. I remember that final interview that all you Chelsea supporters know too well, when he was asked about leaving. And everyone was anticipating that interview. Everyone was like, what's he going to say? And I think at that point, we all knew where. He just needed to confirm it. And he did. And from that point on, I think that was when he just fell away. But he could have been well and truly a part of, the second coming of Ancelotti being at Real. And being a part of that squad that won the Champions League. But I think he may have got a medal because he played one game. I don't know what the minimum requirements are. Yeah,
he got medals for
but
them.
let's be honest, he didn't contribute at all.
No.
So if he had like a real contribution in that team, then I think people would have looked at him like it was some sort of Cinderella story at least. But he never really did that.
No, it's funny because every time Real Madrid won a trophy and he got a medal, Chelsea would get paid.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it based off of every trophy or like a certain competition?
It was something about, I think it was the La Liga titles. I think every time they won a La Liga title, Chelsea got paid 40 million or something like that.
And there was what?
Yeah,
40 million.
I don't know if that exact number, but
was there like a minimum
something
game requirement, or did you think Chelsea would Real would have been like, oh, of course he's going to be playing?
All I know is it was about £160 million move or something like that after like all the add-ons and stuff, and then after every time they won a trophy or two, they'd get paid a bit more.
Bro, that is the smartest clause I've ever heard in my life, because it's Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Of course, always going to be competing in that sense.
Exactly
oh my
right.
God. And you would have, like, let's be honest, like Real, again, would have thought that Hazard would have been a pivotal role in that.
Yeah.
But it didn't turn out that way.
I think it's a comment for him, the injuries and all of that stuff and it not working at Real Madrid was a combination of the work ethic and the training and a bit of not being protected so much by the referees. But I mean, it's sort of just the type of player he was. Players like that are just going to get their ankles chopped and prodded on and kicked, Yeah. It's sort of like Saka's getting the same treatment these days as well.
Yeah.
So you worry about players that are getting are getting fouled so much during games. You know, Neymar copped it a lot.
Yes.
But you worry about those type of players, but then you mix that with his obviously not his training work ethic, and it was never really gonna last very far past 30.
Yeah, no. You're right. I think, yeah, unfortunately, you got that if you're that sort of player, you got that, let's say, predisposition where, you know, you're gonna have players that are gonna be coming at you, and they're not gonna last as long. And
your biggest fear, your biggest enemy is a Casemiro coming at you.
Oh my God, can you, bro? That is just, or like imagine like a player like that coming up against like a Roy Keane.
Oh.
Nah, I'm good, bruv.
Oh,
Or Kevin Muscat.
My ankle's hurt.
Alex Terra is still recovering from the fucking challenge, man. Seriously, like, oh my God, like, that would be frightening. Yeah. Like, no, genuinely, you'd be worried about your well-being if you're in the tunnel and you look
across Casemiro, Pepe, Sergio Ramos,
fucking licking their lips, shit. Bro. Sergio Ramos, that guy. There's been a video of that circulating. Not recently, I saw it a few weeks back. How like he was in a friendly. Friendly, and this guy went in for a double-studded challenge, but then stopped stopped his momentum and like had a laugh about it. And the guy that you know that was gonna cop the challenge sort of had a laugh too. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, it's just like this innate thing of some of these crazy players that play so hard. They just can't get that side, like they can't switch off that side in them, you know. Like they just want to see people hurt.
It's true.
It's like, fuck that.
Yeah, but anyways, we're all, I think the whole Premier League, and it doesn't matter who you're a fan of, is it's a bit sad to see Eden Hazard retire, because I feel like he's one of those players. I as a Chelsea fan, I don't want to speak for other fans, but I feel like he's one of those players that you hated coming up against, but you loved watching him play.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No. There's no doubt about that. I think every single team, loathed the fact that they had to come across him. But yeah, he wasn't like, he had a bit of attitude to him, but he
a little bit cheeky. Yeah.
He was exactly. Yeah. He was cheeky though. Yeah. He wasn't necessarily arrogant. Like he was perfectly on that line, you know, like of like cheekiness and arrogance.
Like he showed a little bit, but it was funny.
Yeah, like he would smile about it, and you're like, you can't hate the guy. Like you just can't hate Eden Hazard.
Is that a clip? Was it? Who's the guy that sings "Man's Not Hot"?
Big Shaq.
Big Shaq.
Yeah,
is that his name? Yeah. He's like on. I think it's him on stage with Kante and Hazard. Yeah. Have you seen that clip?
No, I haven't.
He's like on the stage with he's doing a video, right? He's like on the stage with some champions, shows Kante, he's like number one. And then he goes to Hazard, and Hazard looks at him and goes, number one also.
And you know what? Now that you say that, like with when they're doing like the charity video.
Oh, Ivanovic.
With Ivanovic, Branislav Ivanovic, man. And then Terry, it's like Terry Hazard. I think it was like half of the team there.
And just died. Yeah, it was like Eto, Demba Ba.
Yeah, man, like all those like, you know, oh man, that time in the Premier League is elite. Anyway, but he just loses his mind when Ivanovic like mispronounced
human abuse.
And then he just
bot.
Like he looks like he would have been a great teammate. Like as much of his professionalism, wasn't there some of the time, and you could question his commitment. I think his natural talent was enough to sort of allow him to come on game day and then earn the respect of all the players on the pitch. Yeah. So Eden Hazard, man, actually it genuinely like makes me sad to think about, like the fact he's not going to grace the football pitch again. And I think you saw it coming with the retirement of being in from international duty with Belgium as well. Like he was like getting there, but it was like whether or not he could break through the Real team and try and stay fit. But it didn't happen.
We'll just leave it as there's not many players that can half-ass a training session and still be the first name on the team sheet.
Yeah, exactly right.
That's the way to put it.
What, PFA Player of the Year? I don't know. What, once, twice? I don't know how many.
I think it was once when we won the league with Mourinho, and then the next time we won the league, I think Kante won that year.
Conte won that year for